Hey, good morning. Woo. 11th day in Denver, Colorado. I just got done taking my shower at Haven of Hope. It's back there. I feel so refreshed and ready to start the day. I'm gonna pull a car later, but like I said, my basket is breaking down, so I'm gonna walk to Walmart. It's an hour and 39 minutes away, but I'm gonna take my time. So next time I make a stop, I'll pull a car for the day. But while I was at Haven of Hope, I saw that guy who I knew from New York, and he was there, yeah. And then he has his friend or his cousin or some sort, like, who just came to town, and it's like he was there too. Like, I guess they're just hanging out and stuff, but yeah, he was like, it's the best place to take a shower, and it is. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna end it here for now and pay attention to my walk. All right, have a good day. It's supposed to be really hot today, so I'm gonna take my time. All right, bye. So I'm walking to Walmart, and off in the distance, there's the mountains or the hills. I'm not quite sure. I think they're mountains, but it's one of the things, like, I just coming to this part of the U.S. It's so beautiful. You can't really see it too well because it's so hazy, but I'm glad I came and saw this. But yeah, so anyway, keep moving. I'm headed to Walmart. I like trains. I like trains. Alright, taking a break at this park I found. Walmart is 58 minutes away. So I'm gonna take a little break and pull a car and work on some dolls for a little bit. Just taking my time. Alright. Okay, I think my 11th day in Denver, Colorado, and so I think I said in the earlier of this video that I did run into the guy from New York at this place called Haven of Hope to take showers, and he was just stressing that I should go to Boulder, and that I would sell well in Boulder. I don't know. I was just saying, like, I'm not interested in doing that right now. Right now, I'm creating. I want to make 20 dolls, and I've been telling him that, like, every time I see him, and every time I see him, he's always stressing about me going to Boulder. And I was talking to my other friend. The day I ran into him, I pulled the devil card, and not that, I don't know, but it was interesting that I met him that day. Not that I would allow myself to be manipulated or taken advantage of by him. The only way I could see that being possible if I was to hang around him. So I'm gonna just have to avoid him because he's very, like, persistent and, like, and getting what he wanted. And when I told him, I've been just telling him, like, I'm not interested in doing it right now, but he takes my saying I'm not doing it right now as me just like refusing his, like, just not taking his advice in account and just like rejecting his advice, that I'm just assuming that I know better than he does, and it's not like that. It's just I'm not doing it right now, and it's a shame because I don't know. He wasn't all like, I never really I hung out with him in New York when we used to sell on the streets, and I got a sense of who he was then. But it was never a problem because he wasn't like, we weren't that, like, hanging out and stuff. But like to come here and deal with that is like, it's really annoying. It's not because I guess he feels like I'm fresh out here and stuff, and I am, and I'm not like not taking his advice, but I don't know what it is with him. So, but it's interesting. I pulled the devil card the day that I ran into him because I was trying to figure out what was the devil meaning to me, and then also with pulling like Page of Cups. I've been meeting like this similar type of young guy, like consistently, which is homeless and, kind of like wandering and lost and stuff. I don't know if that's Page of Pentacles energy, but Page of, not Pentacles, but Page of Cups. Because it's been kind of like consistently meeting these kind of guys, and the Page of Cups speaks about going off. Maybe I need to look up the reverse, because it's like, it's not the type of energy I really want to like be a part of. But I just assume when I pull the cards, it means the upright, meaning, but it could mean the reverse. But anyway, I'm gonna pick the card for the day. Took my shower, nice and refreshed. All right, Page of Wands. I don't know about Page of Wands. I always looked at Page of Wands as like, he's so stylish and fly and confident, and I want to be like him. Though he's a fire sign, and I'm not, like, I always like think I'm going to resonate with it by the image, but knowing that it's a fire sign, I always figure, that's not me. Like, I'm more earth and water, and maybe even a little air, but I'm not fire. But maybe I am fire. I don't know. We all got a little bit of something, so I'm gonna have to look this up. I don't really know much about the Page of Wands. But the pages are supposed to bring information. The pages, I think, are supposed to be like younger people in your life, or young people that you might be meeting. The young person bringing in information. And according to, like, I'm gonna say, so he's out in the desert. It looks like the pyramids are in the back. So he's a wanderer. He has his staff. He seems very sure of himself, very confident. He doesn't seem like he's like worried about being out in the desert. And it's all clear. So he's clear of mind in his decision. Like, he's pretty sure of himself. So I'm gonna look it up. That's what I just think of it, because I really don't remember anything about this card. Page of Wands is my card for today. Okay. So what I got so far, the Page of Wands. Wands is like creativity, is fire, and then also that the Page of Wands is someone who looking for adventure and experience, like gaining experiences. So they're very passionate, and it's about your passions, and it's also about being confident in a new direction. And like, even on the, like, this morning, I don't know, even, but really after my shower, I feel very much like better. And that's one thing is good about like not taking showers. To each his own, do what you want. And if I had the ability to take a shower every day, I would take a shower every day. But when I don't take a shower for a long time and I do take a shower, it feels so much better than like if I had the ability to take a shower every day. Because I think when you take the shower every day, you kind of take it for granted, like the experience, like, okay, I'm gonna just take a shower. It's just my routine. But when you haven't taken a shower in a few days and then you do, it feels so good, because it's like you really feel refreshed. And And I think you know, if you look at this video and if somebody looks at this video, I know you'll get what I'm saying. Like, of course, when you delay or you deny yourself something, a pleasure, you know, that isn't consistent, like you're not indulging in something consistently, when you finally do that thing, it makes it a little bit even more better in a way. So anyway, after taking a shower, I felt really refreshed and ready to start the day, and I felt really confident. And my sense of humor was high. And lately, I just been really curious of people. Like usually, I usually divert my like eyes, or I try not to like speak. But it could be a phase that I'm going in because I go up and down. Like, but I have been speaking to people more and not so like scared of people. And I just think of it as I'm getting older and more confident about myself and more confident about this journey. Because in the beginning of like leaving New York, I wanted to like make more videos of what it was I was doing, but I was so scared of the criticism of others that I didn't document a lot. And it was a lot that I have in memory, but memories are kind of tricky sometimes. It's like you remember things, but it would be really nice if I had the tangible evidence and documents and photos and videos of all that stuff that I encountered while I was traveling. But I was so scared of like posting it. And like, if you want to document stuff, you don't have to post it, but for me it's best to post it because I know it's documented and it's there, and I don't have to like worry about it's in my phone and do I need to download it to something else and like da 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 da. And I do want to share because I want to like get feedback and meet other people who are like-minded individuals who are interested in doing stuff like this too. But I was so worried about the people who wouldn't get it and what they thought, and a lot of those people aren't really following me anymore, really, present. So I'm being more myself, and I feel like as you evolve, people come in and go, and new people will come in that resonate with who you are at the moment, and I say that, but it's hard, even knowing but like I believe, but it's hard to trust. Like you'll meet people, and now as much as I would like to have community, and I do have community, it doesn't feel like the kind of community I want. I'm not so worried about it anymore because it's like I've done all this on my own, and I really want to see what I'm made of. Like, and I have, like I said in other videos, I take little risk, but I will kind of look forward to the day where it really will count on some drastic shit, because I want to see what I'm made of. And I know some people are like, well, just get a job, and that's doing it, but that ain't what I want. I don't want to do that. I want to I want to face the wild, and in a sense, I like being in the city though. I'm not like too into like nature like some people, but I like going into nature, but I don't want to stay in nature too long. I like being in the city. So anyway, but yeah, like I resonate with him now, like he's adventurous, he wants to have experiences, and and um and he's confident about where his new direction is headed. And I think yesterday we're pulling the hangman is like, maybe that was like yesterday's energy to take a break mentally. And today I feel like maybe I am more confident, or it's been coming in slowly about being on this journey of mine, because I meet people in all different categories of life, and I tell you, like, there's nobody I'm not really envious of anybody really at this point. Like the people who I was like I admired and I put on pedestals, they tend to like come short at some point, and not that I should like make men gods. Like Terrence McKenna said, to look to another person is like looking to like a sand, looking to another piece of sand on the beach, you know? Like we're all here figuring it out and doing our thing. And so anyway, I'm gonna figure out more, but yeah. The page one also speaks about starting a new project, and yeah. So for me, I think it's about tarot. I hope it's about tarot. This is my 11th tutorial that I've done on the card, and I'm very inspired, and I'm enjoying it, and I love how I'm tying it into my life. Whether I'm doing it correct or not, you know, it's helpful and it's fun and it's funny and it's keeping me amused, and so I think that's what it's about. And I do have a bigger idea in mind, and I've always wanted to make a tarot deck, but it was hard for me to, you know, stay on board. And then also I wanted to make sure I knew what I was, the symbolism in the art that I was making before I, you know, really got into it. And learning it was something I always wanted to take the time to do, but I just never felt like I had the confidence to do that. Even when I had did it before, when I was in New Orleans, I started making videos, tutorials on them, and I got bored, or you know, I just got distracted along the way because I was like doing so much moving around that I couldn't stay focused on it, and I just lost interest. But I never completely lost interest in tarot, and like I've had interest in tarot for a very long time, but just never thought I could learn each card. And some people say you don't need to learn each card, you could just run it off interpretation. But I always wanted to learn each card to make sure if I was going to give someone a reading, that it would be precise and accurate, you know, as possible, as much as possible. So yeah, so for me, I think it's talking about tarot, or I have so many ideas on how to incorporate my artwork with my travel. So it could be a couple of different things that is going on in my head, but tarot is definitely something I want to incorporate in my travels and my art, because like I said, I think tarot is a beautiful system, and I love it, and I love the art, and I love art, and I love symbolism behind art. I love magical art. I love the occult. I love it all, and it's my disposition. You know, and I'm never going to let anybody get in my way again. Unless it's something like, I mean, maybe, but you know, if someone brings some cold hard facts that me being interested in the secrets of life is bad, maybe, but I don't think that's possible, because it's like, no matter how people make me feel about like, oh, that's a waste of time to be having your head in the sky and be wondering about what's the meaning of life. And you know, I get their point, but I always come back to it, and I always wonder, and I always wanted to believe in science and synchronicity and talking to animals and trees in the sky, and that's just been me since a child. So I'm gonna go forward with this, and hopefully I'll be able to do readings, because I would like to do that too. I've always liked that idea and that archetype of a fortune teller, like, and I feel a little uncomfortable with the stereotype, but it's not like it's what I like, you know. I want to be a person who can like read some cards, and I don't want to like hurt anybody. I don't want to harm anybody. I want to like give some people some good advice to, you know, see, you know, go off on their journey, you know. And so yeah, I'm looking for more opportunities to read, like when I'm hanging out with people, when people come up, you know, I ask, you know, sometimes, and and it's always an opportunity because people always come in to speak to me. So I'm sure I'll have more opportunities to read more people. But yeah, I'm on this 11th card, and I'm even thinking I'm getting better at just figuring them out on my own because I'm learning some of the symbolism in the other cards, and a lot of the symbolism crosses over in other cards. And so when I see certain things, I can say, "Oh, well, that's what it's about," because maybe I'm wrong, but that I don't know. But one thing was like I said, he was out in the desert, and he's like confident, like he is an adventurer. And it when I think about it, it's more like me than I thought. Maybe that's where my fire lies. That I'm just curious and want to have experiences, like my own type of experiences. So I might be finishing this up, but we'll see. Okay, finishing it up. So Page of Pentacles is also, it speaks about a person who does what they're passionate about, but doesn't really plan it out. And it kind of, listening to it made me think about Christopher McCandless, the young man who hiked across North America into Alaska in the early '90s. And he got to Alaska, and I just recently watched something on him because his story inspired me a lot during different points in my life. Like when I left Texas to go to New York, I had already seen that movie, but going to New York without a plan, I thought about him a lot at that point. And then to leave New York, I also, to do what I'm doing now, I thought about him. And so when he got to Alaska, he found a bus, and some things had went wrong with uh, his diet. Like, I don't think people were really sure what happened, if he ate something that was poisonous or he was eating like small game, like squirrels and rabbits. And for what I understand, like that's not a way to like give your body the full nutrition that it needs, because the meat is so similar to what your body already has that it's not really bringing in any other form of nutrients. And so you you're starving with a full stomach. And he might have also eaten something that was poisonous, like a mustard seed. I don't want to say it wrong, but so he died at 24. But he was really passionate about what he wanted to do, even though he didn't really plan it out. And I think a part of what he wanted to do was like that he didn't plan it out. Like that was part of his plan, is that he wanted to kind of do it and just figure it out, when he got there. And I admired him. And then when I, like, now I'm in the traveling community and I meet travelers, or I've heard people say like, oh, he was stupid and this and that, and he should have like taken help when people offered it. It was plenty of people who wanted to help him, and he could have planned it out better. But I didn't see it like that. I was like, yeah. And I, maybe because I like resonate with him in a way that I just was like, I can get what they're getting at, but it was his choice, it was his life, and it was what he wanted to do. And so, and it's, to me, it's sad that he had to die. I watched the movie, and I don't think, when I first saw the movie, I don't think I really knew if it was a true story or not, but I kind of I figured it was a true story. And I was sad. I wanted him to keep on going, and maybe that was people's point. Like maybe, if he had thought it out better, he could have kept on going. But that just wasn't his thing. He wanted to show, I think, like you didn't need too much to survive. And maybe that wasn't even his point either. Maybe that wasn't even his point. I don't know what his thoughts were. But it makes me think about this card because it's about going out and having experiences, and like in the reverse is like, well, things didn't work out. Like you went out and you tried to have these experiences, and your plans didn't come through or fall through, or they fell through. And but at least you had the experience. And and based on like with me, like stuff has happened on this journey, and I had to like figure it out. I have a little backing, but I try not to ask too much help from friends that are with back home in New York, because they're there, and a lot of them warned me. They want the best for me, but if I was gonna do this, I shouldn't be like, please help me. Or that's just how I feel. If I'm gonna ask for help, it'll be from people who are in my environment at the time, or there's a lot of other things like I would like to do, like panhandle, or Spange and stuff. But it's hard to bring myself to that. But I like selling my art. But I don't. I look at that as hard work as well, because that's hard to do that. To like, for me, letting go of my ego, and then also to sit outside sometimes in the sun and just wait for people to give you money. And sometimes I'm sure you'll get a lot, but sometimes you probably won't get anything. And but yeah, at least it's a way. It's something, And so yeah, it made me thought about him, Chris McCandless, and Christopher McCandless, I think. And that's it. I'm gonna end it. I hope that was helpful. Now, like, I've attached people to certain cards, so now whenever I see this card, I'm gonna think of him, because I think he's a good representation of this card, and it reminds me of me too. And it also kind of reminds me of the King of Wands, because the King of Wands speaks about a man who, he's the king, and he learned from experience on how to be a great leader, and he's a good leader, but he's gained all his, of what he knows from his experiences. And so, all right, have a good one. I'm about to get up and keep on going to like Walmart. All right, bye.